President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs get blocked by rogue judges. The U.S. will now begin to revoke the visas of Chinese students, and Judge Jeanine Pirro becomes the top prosecutor in D.C. Here's the top 5 reasons Trump is trending today. All right, number 1 reason Trump is trending today, the judicial coup against President Donald Trump continues in a very big way today. This was a major breaking news story. In a sweeping new ruling, the United States Court of International Trade has blocked President Donald Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, saying that the authority is with Congress. Charlie Kirk weighing in on this, putting, fact check, while the Constitution grants Congress the power to impose tariffs, Congress delegated much of that power to the executive branch in the Trade Expansion Act of 1962, which allows for adjustments to tariff rates without needing congressional action. Courts have given the executive branch broad authority to negotiate trade. That is until now. That is until these activist judges, who we didn't vote for, have decided to dictate what President Donald Trump is allowed to do. What is the point of having a president of the United States if all of these radical judges are going to be the ones to dictate what we do when it comes to trade, when it comes to deportations, when it comes to anything? This is an attack on President Donald Trump. That's all this is. President Donald Trump should completely ignore these federal judges. Ignore them completely now. This is like their last-ditch effort to stop President Donald Trump from saving this country, and that is exactly, his tariffs have been working. The American people very supportive of what President Donald Trump is doing with this. The American people overwhelmingly voted for President Donald Trump to give him this power, to give him this authority, to reshape us getting raked over the coals in the tariff wars. And now, who does this benefit? This is going to benefit China more than anybody. So who are these people? Whose side are they on? And this Congress needs to step right in and approve these tariffs to shut these judges down. President Trump ignores them, or the Supreme Court's got to get involved. One way or the other, this judicial attack on the President of the United States has got to stop. Imagine these rogue judges undoing the will of the American people and stopping the President of the United States from Americans getting the opportunity to win when it comes to trade. Absolutely sickening. Number 2 reason Trump is trending today, the Trump will begin revoking visas of Chinese students. Secretary of State Marco Rubio made this announcement today, saying the U.S. will begin revoking visas of Chinese students, including those with connections to the Chinese Communist Party or studying in critical fields. Obviously, this is a no-brainer. China, why in the world would we be educating kids in our own system here that are out to do us harm? China flying spy balloons over the United States. The spies all over the place. I had a member of Congress there, Swalwell, who was actually sleeping with a Chinese spy. No one knows why are we educating Chinese nationals? By the way, we have had hundreds of thousands of illegal Chinese nationals sneak into this country under Joe Biden's watch. When I had Gordon Chang on the podcast a few weeks ago, he was even saying that they are more potentially cause more harm to the United States than the gangbangers that we're deporting. We have got to deport all of these Chinese nationals that snuck into our country. I just spoke with Border Czar Tom Homan about this at the White House. He said that they are working on it. They are moving these guys out of the country. I don't think it's happening fast enough, but this is a step in the right direction. We will be revoking these visas of these Chinese students, especially these ones tied to the Communist Party. This is a no-brainer. This should have happened right from the jump. Glad to see it's happening right now. Excellent move by the Trump administration. Number 3 reason Trump is trending today, Trump swears in Judge Jeanine Pirro as the top prosecutor in D.C. She is now the interim U.S. attorney for D.C., saying, "No more mercy for criminals. Violence will be addressed directly with the appropriate punishment." Judge Jeanine Pirro is a fighter. In fact, she was the very first guest that I had on the Alec show 2 years ago. She brings the heat, the tenacity. She's a no-nonsense, tell it like it is, and she is the right person for the job. And she is currently the interim top prosecutor there in D.C., and no doubt it's a bad day for criminals. Number 4 reason Trump is trending today, Trump rejected CBS's $15 million settlement offer for editing Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview. Trump is seeking $20 billion with a B. I love this move by President Donald Trump. He should not back down and accept the offer. He should bankrupt CBS, put them right out of business for what they did. What they did was election interference. So forget about the lawsuits that Trump is. They should be shut down, lose their license just for that alone. They intentionally misled the American people by editing their interview with a presidential candidate. I mean, just that alone, that's bigger than Watergate, all right? We're talking about some of these other things right now that are, obviously Joe Biden covering up his health, bigger than Watergate. The Hunter Biden laptop, bigger than Watergate. Just the fact that CBS was involved in editing this piece on 60 Minutes about Kamala Harris to dupe the American people, that's humongous. So President Donald Trump should not back down. CBS offers $15 million. That's a small drop in the bucket. I hope President Donald Trump smashes them for the full $20 billion and puts them right out of business. Number 5 reason Trump is trending today. Trump tells Netanyahu not to hit Iran just yet. He admitted to this while he was speaking at the Judge Jeanine Pirro swearing in. He says, I have to tell the truth. I told Netanyahu not to hit Iran yet. President Donald Trump requested the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last week not take certain actions against Iran as the United States engages in talks with Iran about its nuclear program. He said, however, it could change at any moment. So President Donald Trump he is trying so hard to bring peace to that entire region. We know now Vladimir Putin and Zelensky are just dead set on just going to war forever with one another. We know that Israel and Palestine are just dead set on war with one another. Israel, he does not want Iran to be bombed just yet because he's saying let's try to use diplomacy here. And President Donald Trump is the only one here working for peace around the world and trying to get it done, asking Netanyahu not to obliterate Iran just yet. And a bonus Trump is trending here. I want to throw this one in. President Donald Trump issued a full pardon to an unvaxxed former Army officer who was persecuted by the Biden regime. Lieutenant Mark Bashaw refused to follow COVID orders, and he was convicted by a military judge for arriving to the office without wearing a mask, which was absolute horseshit. I am grateful to see President Donald Trump doing this. So many people persecuted because of this, the ridiculousness of what went on with the mandates and everything else during the pandemic when the left absolutely lost their minds and people were getting persecuted like this man right here, President Donald Trump issuing him a full pardon, and I salute him for it. That's the breakdown I got for you guys. If you enjoy these rundowns, make sure you follow the podcast so you can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cat babies in our air.